So if you're going through a breakup and this person was extremely toxic, and now you're left feeling like, why? Why did the universe send me this person? Why did the universe send me someone so toxic? And it's a question that just can keep replaying in your head over and over. And you need to understand the universe sends you these people because it wants you to break a pattern. And you need to figure out what that pattern is. And it can be multiple patterns, multiple things. It's usually a lesson. And you figure out what the lesson is. So that lesson could be, was it unresolved childhood trauma? Did you grow up in a household where you're always in tune to your parents' emotions, always in tune to their feelings, always trying to figure out what's wrong with them and then trying to please them? And then in turn now you attracted someone into your life where it's a very similar pattern. You're always trying to please them. You're always walking on eggshells, being in tune to their emotions, and just trying to figure out how can you make their day better. How can you please them? You got to a point where you weren't even thinking about yourself. You weren't even putting yourself first. You weren't putting yourself second. You were just always putting them above you. You're always putting them on a pedestal. And the universe saw that. The universe, in a way, wanted to break your heart, wanted you to know you deserve better, because you do. You should never be putting anyone above your own needs. And all it's good to care about your partner and care about their needs, but if you're constantly belittling yourself, constantly putting yourself down to make them happy, you're constantly doing everything they want to do, and you no longer are taking time for yourself or caring for yourself. You're always so busy caring for them. You gotta look back, gotta reflect. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? There's a pattern. There's a pattern that needs to be broken. And you need to figure out, why do I feel the need to put others above me so often? And one of the reasons is, I mean, it can feel great to feel needed. Feeling needed almost gives you a sense of, you feel loved. But you don't need to feel needed to feel loved. You can feel loved for just who you are right now. And it's very important to figure out. The universe wants you to figure that out. And it wants you to stand up for yourself. Know whether or not you broke up with them or they broke up with you. It's not important. What's unimportant is you learned something. You learned they broke up with you. You learned you'll never do it again. You'll never be in that same situation again where you feel the need to put yourself down to make someone else feel up. And if you don't learn that, the thing is, and I've been there, I've done this, I've repeated this pattern in the past. It took me a while to really learn this lesson. And I hope if you see this, you're watching this, you learned this lesson so much faster than I did, because I had multiple partners with the same multiple lesson. I could never figure out why. Why does the universe keep doing this to me? Why does the universe keep sending these people? Like, why am I not good enough for anyone? And the thing is I had to realize I am good enough. I'm good enough. I'm so good. I don't always need to be putting someone else above me. I don't need to be walking on eggshells. If you're walking on eggshells, you need to crush those eggshells. I don't walk on eggshells anymore. I crush eggshells. There's no need to ever be walking on eggshells ever again for the rest of your life. You know, it's funny. My dad is a very, very strong, masculine man, and he was dating someone, and she kind of went off on him for no reason, and that's all it took. He's like, I'm not walking on eggshells my whole life. I'm good. I'm done. I'd rather be alone in peace. And it's so crazy to think that when he did that, he told me the story. I was just kind of blown away, because for him it was one shot. One shot. I'm not walking eggshells. I'm living in peace. And some people might not think that's right. I usually like to give people at least two chances, not just one. But when you get to a point where you don't need to walk on eggshells anymore, it's a very powerful place. A very powerful place to have boundaries. And if you keep attracting these people, same thing, the universe wants you to have boundaries and wants you to stand up for yourself. It wants you to show it, whatever the universe is, whatever you believe in, it wants you to show it that you believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, the universe will believe in you. And it's so powerful to be in that place. And I hope anyone watching this gets to that place. And it's easy to do. One of the biggest things, though, if you want to get to this place, just be alone, enjoy being alone, enjoy being with yourself, enjoy doing hobbies, and just truly enjoy the peace and power of being alone. When you get to that point, you will be unstoppable, especially with boundaries. It's so much easier to put boundaries in place when you are comfortable being alone. And another thing, another crazy reason why the universe does this is it wants you to reflect on your own toxic traits. People are either a lesson or a reflection or both, and I've had it be both. And I've had times in my life where I could be a toxic person. I wasn't always the best person. And the things I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize some of my toxic traits until I had a toxic person come into my life, and it was almost like a mirror reflecting some of the traits I had. And I needed that. I needed that lesson to grow and realize some of the things I did do weren't always right. Especially if you're someone that just keeps people in your life just to have people in your life. Eventually, the universe is going to send you a reflection of that. And it happened to me. It could happen to you. And when it does happen, you realize just how wrong it is now. Because of that, if I do date someone, I really just don't feel it going anywhere. I just tell them immediately. I tell them right away. I let them know, like, yo, I just don't see this going anywhere. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Whether or not their feelings are to that point or not, I make it very clear right away. So I don't receive that reflection again, or karma, whatever you want to call it. The universe can send you, but there's always a lesson in everything. So don't ever. The worst thing you can do is just be like, is play the victim. Be like, why me? Why me? Why did this happen to me? There's a lesson behind it. The universe wanted you to learn something. It wanted you to grow, and this growth can be so beautiful. You have to remember, every time something bad happens, it plants a seed for something equal or greater to happen. And something equal or greater will happen if you learn the lesson, if you grow from this. If you don't want to learn, you don't want to grow, you can jump into the next relationship. Maybe they'll be better. Chances are there'll be a new face, same person. It's happened to me. It's happened to me multiple times because I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to grow. I just wanted to go off into the next thing. Which, I mean, if that's what you got to do to continually learn, I mean, it's hard. It sucks because I heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak will wear on you, but it'll eventually make you learn the lesson. It'll eventually teach you what you needed to be taught. And another thing, it sent you this person to also find out what you don't want in a partner, what you no longer want to deal with. Coming home to a house where you don't know what your partner's mood's going to be, and that partner's mood could dictate the rest of your night. That partner's mood could dictate the rest of your week. Anyone that's been there knows what I'm talking about. You can only go through that so many times before you realize you never want to deal with that again. And it's tough because these relationships can be so addicting, because especially when they love bomb you, they give you all this love and attention and it feels so great, and they start just pull it all away, then give you a little bit, and pull it all away, give you a little bit. They literally have your brain addicted to them, to the point where you think it's love, but it's not love, it's an addiction. And look at it like this way. Look at someone who's like addicted to a very hard substance. They believe that substance gives them joy in some way, and they just can't quit. They just can't let it go. But it's destroying their lives. And a toxic person will do the same exact thing because it gives you that little bit of joy. It gives you that just euphoric rush, and you feel so good. And you're like, oh, this is love. This is love. I love this person. It's not an addiction. This is love. But you're lying to yourself because you can't quit anytime you want. No. But when you begin to realize that it's nothing more than an addiction and not love, you can truly begin to heal, move on, and know you're doing the right thing. Because it's tough. Because when you believe it's love, you just like, oh, it's pure love. I'm letting go of something that's so pure and intense. And then you start using the word twin flame, which is very just a toxic cycle pattern that spirituality gives just a toxic person in your life. They're not your twin flame. They were a lesson. They were a growing opportunity. And just please grow from it. Please learn from it and heal from it. And it'll be amazing when you do this. The type of people the universe starts to send into your life. And if you don't see results right away, it's because you're not ready for the results. You're not ready to receive what you're meant to receive, but believe me, you will. You will receive what you're meant to receive. And if you like this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe. I'm Brandon, and I take people from breakups to breakthroughs.